Okay, today is Friday, and so we are going to do a Rashi on the sixth Aliyah for today, and hopefully one that we will enjoy and will be a good introduction to Shabbos, which is yet to come. Fast forwarding later into our Parsha from the sections we've been discussing, much transpires. Yaakov receives his new name. He has this apparition from Hashem in Beit El. Hashem wishes him well and tells him to go and continue the fulfillment of all the promises he gave him, including progeny, including the land, etc. Then, as they continue to settle into their new life in the land of Israel, unfortunately, after Rachel dies, Reuven tries to manipulate his father in some way with Bilhah and with his mother Leah, again concerned that his mother Leah would be insulted. After this incident of Reuven, which is seen at least by Chazal as an egregious act towards his father, the pasuk tells us, "Vayi bishkon Yisrael ba'aretz hahi, vayelech Reuven vayishkav et Bilhah pilegesh aviv." According to Chazal, again, it's not that he slept with Bilhah, but rather that he switched the beds. Instead of encouraging Yaakov to be with Bilhah, he encourages Yaakov to be with his mother Leah. This is all after the death of Rachel. Vayishma Yisrael. Yisrael gets word of this. His father, Yaakov, discovers what had happened. The very next pasuk, or the end of this pasuk, says, Vayu b'nei Yaakov shnei masar. Very strange ending to this pasuk. We're told about this act of Reuven, which seems a little bit inappropriate even from the plain meaning of the text, certainly very inappropriate according to the reading of Chazal. And the end punchline of the pasuk is that Bnei Yaakov, the children of Yaakov, were 12. Now, what does that have to do anything with the earlier incident in the pasuk? What does it have to do with Reuven either sleeping with Bilhah or changing the bed so that his father would sleep with Leah? What does it have to do with anything? So Rashi says here, Vayu b'nei Yaakov shnei masar, matchila inyan rishon. Actually, he says, it's very much connected to the first issue in the pasuk. Mishenolad Binyamin nishal mahamita, uma'ata ru'uyan lihimanos umana'an. Once Binyamin was born, which is the previous incident over here, Binyamin is born as Rachel dies. So then we learn.
I can't hear him.
Then we learn that the tribes are complete, that the destiny of the Jewish people is ready to be fulfilled, and therefore the Torah informs us that they finally have 12 children. Now, I don't fully buy that because it could have come one pasuk earlier, a couple of psukim earlier, after Binyamin is actually born. It could have had this line, Vayu b'nei Yaakov shnei masar. Why does it wait till now, after Rachel dies, after the incident between Reuven and Bilhah and his father? Why does it insert this line, Vayu b'nei Yaakov shnei masar, now? So Rashi goes on to say, Verdarshu Rabbeinu Darshu, says based on the drasha and the Gemara in Shabbos, here's what we could say. L'lamdeinu shekulam shavin v'kulam tzadikim shelo chata Reuven. What it's coming to teach us is that even after everything Reuven did, you should know that Bnei Yaakov shnei masar, that Yaakov had 12 children, and they're all equal, and they're all righteous, which leaves us feeling or understanding that actually Reuven never sinned. Whatever that means. I don't want to go into the details of what it means that he didn't sin, whether he did this act, he didn't do this act. What's interesting to me is that this punchline of Bnei Yaakov Shnei Masar comes now at this point in the Parsha, as opposed to earlier after Binyamin is born, in order, according to Chazal, to teach us that despite whatever Reuven did, they were all equal. They were all equal in the eyes of God. They were all equal in the eyes of Yaakov. And that is a very empowering thought, which is continued in the next pasuk. Bnei Leah Bechor Yaakov Reuven. As it starts to enumerate them, it says again that the children of Leah were as follows, but the Bechor, the eldest one, was Reuven. And Rashi says again over here, Bechor Yaakov, afilu b'shasa kalkala kara'o Bechor. It still calls Reuven the Bechor, despite whatever he had done. 2 psukim, 2 Rashis, Vayu b'nei Yaakov shnei masar, and Bnei Leah Bechor Yaakov Reuven, 2 statements within the span of 2 psukim, which reinforce that no matter what Reuven did, he was still beloved, he was still equal to the other tribes, he was still retaining his status as the Bechor. There's much more to say to understand Reuven as a personality and Reuven's actions here, as I mentioned, But to me, what I was left with after reading these two Rashis is that we as human beings are going to mess up. We're bound to make mistakes, sometimes bad mistakes. But from the eyes of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and hopefully, in the way the Torah presents it, hopefully, in the eyes of a parent, that child, no matter what mistakes they make, that child of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, no matter what mistakes they make, always retain their status, are always beloved, are always part of the family. They're never cut off. And that's a very beautiful thought as we go through life, hopefully continuing to garner the love of those around us, even as we make mistakes, to be accepted even as we make mistakes, to have the hope that relationships continue even after ups and downs, even after mistakes are made, and hopefully can be reconstituted and continue into the future. May we all be very successful in all of our relationships and have a wonderful Shabbos ahead. Take care.
Thank you. Good Shabbos, Rabbi.
Good Shabbos.
Thank you. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbos, Rabbi.